Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday career people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker, and we're going to go a little off board here today, and we're going to talk about something that's not a regular Spyderco or a flicking knife. We're going to talk about traditional knives. We're going to talk about the knives that you and I had when we were, knee-high to a grasshopper, and we were cutting our fingers and anything else we can get our dirty little hands on. We're talking about traditional nail nick knives and a company that has been producing cutlery for an awful long time in the United States, W.R. Case & Sons, and this happens to be a tribal lock with black synthetic nickel bolsters, as well as a brass liners and a true sharp surgical steel high polished blade. Holy cow! Oops, look at that. Get my sign all askew. All right, so let's have a look here. We're going to have a look at this. We're going to have a look at the hits, the misses, and everything in between. But before we do that, please, folks, don't forget to hit the old subscribe button there, as well as the thumbs up. And when you do hit that subscribe button, don't forget to hit the notifications button, and it'll let you know when I upload some more material. And I'm going to be uploading a whole lot more coming up because we are getting so damn close to that 1,000 subscribers. And when we do hit that 1,000 subscribers, I have got a great surprise for you guys from one of our subscribers, one of our friends, one of our fellow knife nerds out of the States. He's going to be sending me something to gift to somebody when we hit 1,000. Don't want to say what it is yet till we actually arrives, and when it does arrive, he'll be getting a great shout out. All right, let's have a look here. So your Delica is here, and you can see that it's very, very similar size to a Spyderco Delica. I'm not gonna say it's almost identical. So this does have some good everyday carry workable DNA. When you're looking at a blade that's about this size, you can see the Delica's got about a 3-inch blade, and so this one here has got about a 3-inch blade too as well. It also has a great working edge here with this fully flat ground blade, and I happen to be carrying this lately here too as well, which is the Spyderco Swayback, which is a great knife in its own. And I thought that I would bring this out there because this is very, very reminiscent of some traditional knives out there. There's a Swayback pattern, and it has been a fantastic knife in its own right. So let's get these other knives away here and let's talk about this beautiful, beautiful piece of cutlery. Now, a lot of people look at knives for many different reasons, in my opinion. I mean, a knife is a tool. A knife is, self-defense. A knife, will cut things. But it also, in my opinion, knives can be works of art. And I got to say, that's what drew me to this knife right off the bat. I think this is an absolute work of art. I love shiny, smooth things. I love great fit and finish. And this has got both of them in spades. Now, when you're looking at traditional knives, a lot of people really seem to think that GEC is, where the money's at. And I think they're right. GEC makes a great knife. They use high-end products, but they're also very, very wanted, and they're very, very, pricey. So if you're looking at, say, getting into traditional knife game, there's nothing wrong with it. In my opinion, a W.R. Case & Sons traditional knife, because they have got great designs, they've got great materials, they've got great fit and finish, and you're not going to have to mortgage the house to get one. So I am not incredibly well versed when it comes to traditional knives. I did do some reading, I did some watching some videos, but this is kind of my second or third foray into traditional knives. You seem to talk about, a lot of people talk about, the walk and talk and the pull strength and stuff like that. If I had to guess, based upon my GEC bullnose sodbuster that I have, its pull is around a 9, which is a very, very tough pull. And there's been a few times when it's slipped out of my fingers and it's almost cut my finger, or one time I did get a little bit of a bitten by it. Where this one here, I would say the pull on this is about 5. And now there is no half stop in here. It just opens up into a mid-back lock here with your spring and your brass liners. And it is a very, very solid, comfortable piece of cutlery. Although you can see that it is an absolute fingerprint magnet. But I think this knife here, although you can do some work with it. My old man had a traditional knife very similar to this, and he used it to cut his Red Man plug chewing tobacco. And I gotta say that is absolutely horrible, horrible stuff. And if you chew plug tobacco right now, my hat's off to you. You're a better man than I am, because that stuff made me throw up when I was 9 years old. It'll make me throw up when I'm 51. Although, my old man, I never saw a kid who was around my dad when he was pulling out his chewing tobacco that did not want a little tiny piece of that chewing tobacco. And I would warn them. I'd say, you don't. And they'd say, yeah, I do. And so my old man, he obliged, and he'd cut off a little piece and give it to them, and they'd stuck it in their lip, and invariably within 30 seconds they were hacking and spitting and coughing and throwing up, and my old man would laugh his ass off. That is one of his absolute pride and joys in life, was to give a kid some chewing tobacco. Now, maybe now he'd get thrown in jail, but back in 1979, it was just a damn good laugh. So, all right. Let's have a quick look at these specs here a little bit. It's a folding lock back. The blade is 420 high carbon, true sharp surgical steel. Case has got their own 420 HC, I guess you'd say, recipe. And it does them extremely well. Now this knife, maybe not this knife, but I know that the Case knives will come in a true sharp surgical steel, or the carbon steel. The carbon steel is better for edge holding ability, but you do not get the stainlessness, and it will patina. So, all right. Now this is actually a spear point, and it's a fully flat ground. Thickness on it, I'm going to say it's probably 2.5 mil. It's an extremely slicey blade, and it is very, very sharp. True sharp surgical stainless steel sure takes a wicked, wicked edge. And this one here is hair whittling. If not, it's pretty damn close. Now, if you have a look here, and I'm not sure if you can, all Case knives have these little pattern on the bolster. You can see Case XX, and you've got the SS for stainless steel. Well, that other numbers there, that TB21, 2010, L, that's actually a pattern that will tell you what the blade is. It'll tell you how many blades. It'll tell you what the body style is, and it'll also tell you what year this was made. So it's got some great information there on the bolster. If you happen to get yourself a Case knife and you don't know what it is, if you take that number and you plug it into Google on the old interweb, it'll actually pull up what this knife is, and you'll be able to find out all sorts of information on any of your Case knives. So now let's see here. So it's 4 to 8 inches when it's closed. So it's perfect to fit inside just a little slip. And that's how I'm going to carry this. I'm going to carry this in just a little slip. And it's just going to go in my front pocket or my fifth pocket. And it's there for me to take out on a Saturday night. And the missus and I are heading out on a Saturday night. And I don't want to take any big murdery blade with me. I will take something like this, because this, I believe, is a work of art. Not only is this a tool, I think this is a fantastic work of art. The fit and finish on this is astounding. The blade here is centered extremely well. The transition from your synthetic bones to your bolsters, or your synthetic material to your bolsters, is extremely smooth. I can feel only a little bit of these little pins here. Other than that, they're extremely smooth too as well. There just doesn't seem to be anything out of place with this beautiful, beautiful example of a Case knife. Now, would I recommend something like this? Absolutely. I think not only this is a beautiful tool, it's also a working tool too as well. It's got no side-to-side play, no up and down lock rock or anything like that. It's solid, and it's a wonderful, wonderful piece of cutlery, and I certainly would recommend this, no problem. So that is my little bit of a foray here into the traditionals. I hope you had some fun. I hope you enjoyed stopping by. And if you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe, as well as give me the thumbs up. And hey, keep yourself safe. We're not out of the woods yet. We've still got some ways to go here. And for God's sake, get yourself vaccinated, people. I don't want to get into the big argument, but get yourself vaccinated. You will save your life and perhaps somebody else's. And all right, keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.